It's July 24th, Monday, down at Mariposa. Got into the property yesterday for the first time. Was able to get underground in the mine, and it was quite the experience for sure. We are able to get down to level 1 at this point. After a little bit of political stuff there was going around here, there was a forest fire that the area, even though it hadn't been burned and even though the fire was a long ways away, they had this area locked out. So for 2 days, Tony and I wound up being in hotel rooms and stuff, and Alexandria and Nadine, of course. And anyways, yesterday got to go down to level 1 for the first time, and I think the initial shock was a little unexpected for sure. And I've got a couple of videos that I recorded, but the problem is the lighting that I had yesterday was not all that great. It was darker down there than I thought. We had some miner's lights, of course, but they didn't cast a lot of light on the tunnel walls and really the overall immensity of what this project really is going to entail. But this morning when I woke up, I just started thinking about, I'm giving myself 5 years on this project, and it really is a 5-year project. We're standing on the patented part of the Colorado quartz right now. I'm just kind of going to spin around a little bit here, and I am standing on the quartz dike right now. And of course, the thing about this is that it's approximately 20 feet wide quartz vein. The gold is primarily concentrated on the contact zone between the bedrock, which is like a sandstone, shale, bedrock, and where the quartz comes in and creates vugs and seams is where the gold is concentrated mostly. And there's been a lot of gold found here, of course. This is known as the premier gold mine on the planet for crystallized gold specimens, and you'll obviously start seeing some of that stuff. You can do the research as well. Colorado quartz gold. You'll see a bunch of stuff that's been found in the past. It's been about 4 years since Lance has mined it, and I'm going to be coming down here on August 28th. I'll be living on site for probably 6 or 7 months of the year, and then obviously going back to Spokane in the spring. But today, one of the things that we're looking at is, the mine's still pumping out. Probably going to take another 3 weeks at least, maybe a month, to pump out down to level 2 where we can get in. And that is because the shaft itself is 160 feet deep, approximately 16 feet across. You'll see some of that in the videos that I'm going to post from yesterday. I'm also going to go down there again tomorrow. I'm not going to go down today, but I'll go down in the shaft again tomorrow. And I've got some way better lighting. I'm going to go down and light the walls up and try and give you an idea of the immensity of it, even at level 1, which is got the least amount of workings right now from between level 2, and give you kind of a scope of it. I don't think a lot of people really can understand what it takes to mine underground, and it is a hard labor, systematic things that you deal with type thing. There's a couple of collapses down below where the ceiling is caved in, and we're gonna have to muck all that out and redetect the old workings. I've got a GPZ 7000 here, the mine lab, of course, and it's quite sensitive, and this new technology might be able to reach something that they missed. We'll find out. But I think today one of the things I'm going to do is right behind me, off in the distance, you can see there is a rock face that was cut into, and the quartz splits into 2 very distinct vertical seams. They're about 10 feet wide and 8 feet wide with bedrock in the middle. So somewhere between there and the shaft, which I don't think you can see behind me, beyond the house, it converges back into one seam. So somewhere in between, this thing split, and there could be some pretty big vugs in there. But that's kind of a little bit of today's thoughts and feelings. You're going to probably get daily updates for a while. It's quite the undertaking for sure. It's a dream come true. 11-year-old kid found 5 gold nuggets in a pan. Now standing on this hard rock mine that Tony Fraser and I own. And he got scared, so he left back to Australia today, the bugger, leaving me here to do all the hard rock breaking, back breaking work. Stay tuned for some videos later today. We'll scratch out some ground here with the backhoe probably and just scrape some of this topsoil off and see if we can expose the quartz vein in the ground here. Discover maybe some stuff on the surface, because the gold does come all the way to the surface. Have a great Monday.